Hello, and welcome to Nurtural Disasters. This is a podcast for those of us with toxic or emotionally immature parents. We might not have a bunch of credentials next to our names, but we do have PhDs from the Hard Knocks University. Basically, we want this to be a validating space for adult children of parents who had no business having children.
Welcome to Nurtural Disasters with Ken and Lisa. This is episode 5. Hi, Lisa.
Hey, Ken.
So we're going to talk really quickly about, the Beckhams that we just released in episode 2. Something new came up. We had, insight from Gordon Ramsay, who's a family friend.
There was a People magazine article, right? Where they interviewed him and he said, you know what? You just want me to do the British accent again, don't you? Oh my God, you're obsessed.
Yeah, just what British accent? I can't tell the difference. It's so natural.
Gordon Ramsay, his British accent, I think that one is actually Cockney. Is it? The Beckhams are the best parents I've ever known in my entire life. There you go.
And then he told the reporters to get out of the kitchen.
They're idiot sandwiches.
Yeah, idiot sandwiches. Look at this. This is raw.
You're being manipulated by the daughter of a billionaire.
Well, that's pretty much what he said. He's being manipulated. Yeah. You're kind of thinking not clearly. You're just thinking with, you're thinking with the honeymoon period or with lust or something like that. So pretty much everything we talked about that people in the periphery that will support the parents this is the playbook pretty much.
Yeah, you just wonder. He says he has firsthand account of seeing them being really great parents, which, you know what? I don't doubt that that's what he saw. That was his experience. But sometimes you don't know what happens behind closed doors. And I can tell you how many people you never knew that they had very abusive parents in childhoods because everything seems so nice on the outside and they seem successful, put together. I think it begs the question, how well do you know? I mean, Ken, let's say you said your dad has friends. Let's say if you cut off your dad, would your dad's friends say his fiance's manipulating him?
Well, I guess he's trying to find some people to actually follow his position. It's getting a little harder for him. But I do remember when I was younger, we would go over to his friends' houses a lot, and they will always say stories about their kids moving to the East Coast right after they got married, and then they're moving away from their parents. And pretty much the narrative, I got a feeling, even as a kid, that moving away from your parents is bad. And if you have a spouse that forces you to move away or makes you move away, that's a bad spouse. So they already ingrained this kind of thought process in my head as a kid. I remember going there. I think I was 8 or 9 years old, and I remember this. Oh, so-and-so's kid moved to the East Coast with his wife, I guess. I might as well just put this in as a race issue. They were Asian. The wife of one of the sons was a white woman. And among my dad and his friends, it's always well, that's what happens when you marry a white person. So believe me, that's a thing that's deeply entrenched in culture. I was already indoctrinated as a kid. So to have this kind of thought process didn't work, but still indoctrination whatsoever. You could break indoctrination after a while. It just takes longer, I think. So I already had this thought process from being raised that way. I think that's pretty common with families that are first, second generation and their parents are immigrants. That's what they're going to be pushing on you. I think for the Ramsay situation, he was promoting a new project. I guess a reporter asked him because he's a family friend to chime in. So we have to view this with a grain of salt. What could he say that would not paint the Beckhams in a bad light? I'm assuming he's a pretty close family friend. He doesn't want to offend David or Victoria. And I'll go with the same trope that Brooklyn is a young one. He's not as seasoned. He's still young. He's immature. It's kind of pushing that narrative, right?
Right. And he can't think for himself. Nicola is influencing him negatively, obviously. I think he really believes it when he said that none of the sort happened where Victoria was dancing inappropriately on her son. He said that never happened. He didn't see that.
That really kind of conflicts with what some other people said. So, and the thing is, when you don't have kind of a video evidence or you don't you have a bunch of people. Did everybody sign like a non-disclosure, like an NDA, like when they were at the wedding to not talk about this? Could be. Like we said before, there's no camera footage. There's always like lying by omission. So like maybe he was there. Maybe he didn't see that. Maybe he was in the bathroom. Gordon Ramsay was in the bathroom. So technically he is telling the truth. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't see it. That was not true. Well, that technically for him it is true.
You're right. He was in the loo.
Yes, he was in the loo.
Yeah,
It's
right.
either that or he went back to the kitchen and said, they're they're horrible cooks and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
should be
He was
fired. You'll
complaining.
never work in this town again."
He
Mm,
he was being a total Karen. But I heard he's not like that in real life.
I heard it was like the American, I guess, producers wanted him to be more angry because that's what we respond to, I guess.
He just flips the fuck out over the tiniest little things.
I think he's more like, you ever watch him with like, Master Chef, like, juniors? He's more like that. He's like, "Man, it's, kinda disappointing. You should really work on this." I think he's more like that.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard people say that he's a lot nicer to the kids.
I really think that he's actually not that mean, and they want him to have a persona so they could advertise it, because every time they go on commercial break, it's usually him yelling at someone. It's, like, consistent. I'm like,
Flipping tables and shit, right? He's like,
"Yeah," it's just like, yeah, he's really angry, closing the kitchen, telling them that they should, I don't know, go to hell or something like that. It's like, "Your steak was uncooked. Maybe if you go to hell, like, the steak will be actually properly cooked."
this whole thing. Are you familiar with parental alienation syndrome?
I am not.
Okay. Well, this is interesting. It's this theory where one parent basically poisons the other parent against them. It usually happens like the guys will say, or like a fathers will say, "Well, I haven't seen my kid because my ex poisoned them against me." Because children are very susceptible. And your dad's a horrible person. He didn't want you. He hates you. Da da da. And the kids grow up thinking it. I think it kind of falls along the line of parental alienation syndrome, where your spouse tries to drive you away from your family. But that's what Gordon Ramsay's trying to implicate in this article. It's Nicola who's trying to parental alienate Brooklyn.
Well, it's
Yeah.
almost a type of, like, scapegoating, right? It's blaming her for what Brooklyn is acting upon, right? Like, he might be young, but he has his own agency, right? That's just assuming that the wife is poisoning his brain.
Right.
Yeah, so it's definitely viewing him as someone that doesn't have his own agency, right?
Yeah, he can't think for himself. And one thing I've noticed about the parental alienation syndrome, which, I was also a victim of it with my mom. She was always talking crap about my dad, always saying, um, but when kids grow up, and I have other friends too, they went through the same thing. When they grow up, you realize who the safe parent is.
Yeah.
So I'm always very leery of when someone says they won't talk to me because, especially a grown adult, being brainwashed. That's the word, brainwashed by their parent. I'm just very skeptical. It happens, but it's so, so rare. And apparently there's this really good video about parental alienation syndrome that I guess the guy who created it, I guess he was a psychologist. Turns out he was like a pedophile or something. Dr. Anna had a thing about him, the parental alienation. It's really good if you get the chance to watch it. Dr. Anna, she is very knowledgeable on YouTube. Yeah, I highly recommend it. You looking it up, Ken?
I am not, but I am familiar with Dr. Anna. I'm just more intrigued about the guy that got caught for being a pedophile. How's that happen?
Yeah. A lot of people in the mental health community they have a lot of mental health issues themselves. So it doesn't surprise me. That's why you get a lot of crazy therapists and crazy psychologists. People or people like who say, "I'm gonna study psychology." You're like, "Oh,
Yeah,
why?"
because I remember in our last episode, we were talking about how just, if you have, like, a kind of like a passion or you have, like, firsthand knowledge of, like, a situation, you should become like a therapist or a psychologist. That might not necessarily always be a good thing, especially if you're warped beyond repair, I guess.
Mhm.
I mean, therapists see their own therapist, right? So, just
Yeah.
because you become a therapist doesn't mean you're expert and you know all and you know how to fix yourself. Most often than not, you're very aware what you're going through, so you know what to fix with your own therapist. But if you're screwed up, I don't even know what you could say about that. Like, really?
So parental alienation theory was originally created by a pedophile sympathizer.
Oh man, that's some crazy story right there.
He's a sympathizer, but it doesn't say that he was a pedophile. Some people are saying online. I mean,
I mean, the theory is sound, right? It's a sound theory. It's just,
Does happen a lot, especially with narcissistic parents, because they're so vindictive. You see that a lot in the court system. When you see a narcissistic parents, when they split up, they will do everything to get back at their ex, even if their children are casualties and they don't give a shit.
there's like definitely narcissists that they go above and beyond to frame a narrative to have their spouse like pretty much have their kids taken away or custody taken away. And this is all like a game in their head. So it's to
Mhm.
destroy the other spouse, credibility. And it happens a lot. I don't think a lot of like, what do you say, like enough gets put in the court system about people that act like this, malicious intent. Some parents are like this and they pretty much weaponize what kind of they're like building a case or weaponizing and even pushing false narratives on the other parent so they could get what they want at the end. And I think a lot of the times it's not even that they want the kids, it's just they want to inflict pain on the other parent.
Totally. The court system is not knowledgeable about narcissism.
Yeah, it's not equipped to kind of
No.
fight against people that have this kind of like agenda. So it's a very kind of like dangerous thing.
I don't know if you watch Judge Judy, but she has this quote that it's so good. It says, "You should love your children more than you hate your ex." And I thought, that is fucking brilliant, and she sees right through the bullshit.
I think because she sees a lot of this stuff just
Yeah, she's very wise.
yeah, because she's seen it's just a repetition of her seeing all these things. I'm assuming
Mhm.
even before she was in television, she saw this on a regular basis. She's like, "I know what you're trying to pull." That's why she's like she's so mean to us. Like, it's like, "Whatever you're trying to say about your cases, I've seen this all before." Unfortunately, a lot of judges, I don't think, or even as skilled or even as sympathetic to look for stuff like that, right?
Right.
Mm,
Exactly. I think that there's a default of, like I think because of societal norms, they automatically grant the custody to the mom, even if the mom is toxic. It does happen a lot. It just shows the failure of the court system, and the
yeah.
systems, they're just not equipped to handle, recognize narcissism. They're not aware of it, they're not,
Well, yeah, if you're not personally like in a relationship with a narcissist, you tend to maybe believe what they say because why wouldn't you, right? Let's
Mhm.
say you're like a social worker and you're analyzing like a family dynamic. If this person is telling you and they're giving you proof, because you're looking at it, it's like, well, this person sounds like they're of sound mind. They're pushing a narrative, but why should I think otherwise, right? So that's not much that the social worker could do unless they have some sort of like was it some sort of like psychology training, right? I think some of them do, but it's very hard to differentiate because a lot of narcissists are very good liars. So why wouldn't you believe them? They're master manipulators. I have a situation where I do have a family member. I don't want to say who it is, but
Mhm.
he did have a time where his spouse was he has a estranged spouse and she's pushing this narrative, not even in the court system, but to his daughters. So
Mm.
over the years, the daughters just had this kind of belief that their dad was like this kind of person.
Mhm.
I think they deeply knew how their dad was. They are in regular contact with their dad. But I remember because he would tell me that they would text message her and it'll be like these very passive aggressive texts. And I'm like, like very young teenagers will not be able to do that kind of vindictiveness really towards their dad like that. So it was like their mom was kind of like framing this narrative, telling the daughters what to message to the dad, and it's very tough for the parent that's the target of this. I have my family member ended up being in he was on a psychiatric hold because of this. So
Mm.
it was the thing is he was not a negligent parent. He was not like absentee dad. Like he was like a more like a helicopter like parent. He loved his daughters. They're like
Mhm.
his pride and joy, like both his daughters. So when they and she knew that she doesn't have that influence over him. She doesn't provoke that feeling from him anymore. So she knows the next best thing is to go after the daughters to use them as pawns against him. And for a while it worked. And it wasn't until maybe like they got older, they're in college now. I think one of them is like in their mid 20s now, that it kind of like they knew their position and how they were manipulated by the mom. I think it takes a while, even if you're the kid, like, you just, like,
Mhm.
well, you start questioning things as you get older. So, I wouldn't doubt that when they were teenagers, this is what they believed that their dad was.
But they came around.
Yeah, and it takes time, and you can't fault the kid for that. If you're being brainwashed by one of the parents and you think, because I remember my sister was like, "How could they be so ignorant and dumb? They're obviously being manipulated." I was like, "They're kids.
Yeah.
You're really like, your frontal lobe doesn't develop until your mid-20s."
Yep.
I could even say, like, me in my early 20s, total dumbass. I am a total dumbass. Like, if I went back in time and I saw myself 20 years old just freaking eating stuff off the floor, like, I'm just like, "Man, that guy's stupid as hell." Like, I don't know, but it's like, you grow, right? I can't expect my teenage versions of, like, my nieces to be totally keen on everything, especially when you're manipulated. To say that they should be able to differentiate, no, that's like a there's people that are adults that don't know they're being manipulated. So you think that teenager would know?
That is such a good point. I mean, grown adults get manipulated who already have their prefrontal cortex fully developed, and they still.
Yeah, so age is not a thing that you should look on to see if someone's being manipulated. It's definitely easier to manipulate a child, someone that's younger, because of lack of life experience, right? A lack of perspective. When you're
Mhm.
young, everything kind of revolves into your little kind of like periphery, like your little bubble. So you don't really know much outside of your school life and outside of your like what your parents is telling you is around you. So and the thing is, I remember when I was a kid, I totally 100% trust my parents for everything they say. Not why would I even doubt it? Why would my parents lie to me? It's not until I'm older that I've finally realized that, oh yeah, they have, as a parent, they want to have the best for you. At least that's what most parents that are like non-malicious or even like malicious, they want their kids to grow up to be well-adjusted adults. But remember, your parents are human beings. They have their own agenda. So you have to be very careful that your parents have not been telling you the truth throughout your entire life. And when you get older, you're like, you start fact checking things. You start asking around, you start looking at even like family tree documents, other family members, relatives. Hey, my dad said this to me when I was a kid. Is this correct? And it's like, oh no, that never happened. I've been getting a lot of that lately in my past 10 years. So that's really thrown my life into a spiral. So because of that, I've been manipulated. For what
Yeah.
means? I'm still trying to figure that out, but, so we see in this situation with, like, the Beckham family, he's in his mid-20s. He's almost at that point where he's, like, starting to get, like, his prefrontal cortex is being developed. He's starting to how old is he?
I think he's 27 now.
Yeah, so he's at that age where he's, like, I don't wanna say, like, be conspiracy theories about a lot of things, but, like, starts being skeptical about the things that are in your life, right? You
Mhm.
can't you could I'm pretty sure he still loves his parents, but he's very keen to say like, "Well, my parents did this to me and this that to me." And really, Gordon Ramsay is saying the correct thing as a family friend. The only thing he could have said better, in my opinion, is like, "Well, they're going through like a spat. I'm pretty sure they're gonna resolve it. Don't worry about it." That's the best thing I think he could say. He did take the parent side, so I'm assuming he's like, he's a parent himself, so
Yeah, he could have been more diplomatic and say, "Oh, it's a sad situation."
yeah, so he chose a side. So he chose the narrative where a child, kids will be kids, they don't listen to their parents, they're kind of dumb, kids are dumb. It's pushing that narrative, right?
Mhm.
Mm,
And going back to what you were saying about your family member with the parental alienation, do the adult daughters now have a relationship with their mother?
they do, but I think it's in the back of their head that if you see this in the future, that this might be the game plan that she's trying to do. So
Mhm.
even if they're not gonna do it anymore, they're probably gonna be diplomatic about it.
So they know how to deal with their mom in a way because they know about the toxicity.
Yeah, the toxicity is like you learn. It's like because as a kid, yeah, because when you grow up, you would think unless your parents were like super malicious, why would your parents do this to you? Why would they lie to me? Why would they? But then you figure out everybody has their own agenda. So like her agenda was to inflict as much pain as possible towards my family members. So when you see that, yeah, that I think they acknowledge that. once he got older, because I think they got firsthand knowledge of like they saw the dad, they saw how much pain they were causing him. Like, he's not in a good place.
Is he still you said he had a psychiatric hold?
Yes, yeah. So he had a psychiatric hold because it's like I think we all everybody that's been in therapy has that tipping point that you're like looking at. I was like, oh yeah, this is the point where I couldn't handle it anymore. I had like a panic attack or something like that. I think we all have that thing. It's like, oh, looks like I have to get help. So that's where his tipping point was. It's just that he was on a psychiatric hold because he was like, I think he was in danger of harming himself. That's how bad it took. Yeah. So
Oh my
uh,
god.
when you're a parent and you kind of all you live for are your daughter's well-being and you have your daughters just say like the most malicious stuff to you, that affects you. So we're looking at that point of view where you're a parent and your kid just says the worst things to you. And then we see the other aspect of it. Like that's one point we don't see with like, oh yeah, like these influencers are like the doormat mom. It's like, oh yeah, we don't see it from the other point of view, right? What if the parent was being like abused like this? Yeah, I think that's what our like podcast is different about. It's like you could we could see it from both sides.
Yeah. It's such a sad situation. I'm really sorry about that.
Yeah, and it happens, and it's like there are it does this is the thing that I think it's like a common practice with like certain relationships, right? When you go estranged and they pretty much pit the kids as like weapons, as tools,
It's a pawn.
and
Yeah.
yeah, it's a pawn.
Yeah, and I think about my own experiences with that. But eventually I saw through the bullshit.
Yeah, because I'm thinking at a certain point, your mom probably really did a number on your dad. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, my mom's a very vindictive person.
what else can we say? Yeah, it's a nice short one. I think we could let it go. We
You
could
let it
use
go.
it for a piece for something else.
Episode 5. Because this is the episode where pretty much everybody drops off, right? All the podcasters stop.
Well, no. They said nobody does it at more than like 2 or 3 episodes, and then they drop off, and then the next point is 20 or 21.
Oh, so 21 episodes. And
So,
then
like 80% drop off right after that, and then like 90% drop off right after like 2021. So you'll be
uh
like the 1% of the 1% at that point. Like
well, once we get to 21, alright. Well,
victory parade.
Victory will be like the next Call Her Daddy. I don't know.
Hey, you think
Or
anybody will have this on the guests on like their show?
the ultimate is Dr. Romney. So,
Yeah, how we could get her on our show?
um
She is on a lot of people's shows, but, like, they're all fancy and stuff, like, have, like, nice couches and, it's like, "You son of a bitch." I was like, "How'd you get this much money doing this kind of, like, gig?"
Yeah, he's gotta get a good sponsorship. Well, first you need the millions of viewers, then you get the sponsors come to you, right? I don't know, you just cold call, like, "Hey," DM her, "Hey, Dr. Romney, big time fan, long time listener."
That's why we need to have, like, bots, like, all these channels have, like, what,
They have bots.
50,000, 100,000, and I've told you, right, like, just because you have, like, a bunch of following on social media doesn't mean that people listen to your podcast, like, there's not actually a correlation, like, people have said that.
Oh, no, and what's funny is that it's really obvious sometimes because 'cause they'll have, like, 5,000,000 followers or something like that, ridiculous, but then their likes, it's like 25 likes, but these are like, the B, C-list celebrities do this a lot, and you're like, "Wait."
You could buy likes, so you could bot,
Yeah, yeah, I
like,
was like,
everything.
"Yeah, this is not congruent. There's something here that's." I'm not a mathematician, but if you have 5,000,000 followers, we should probably give more than, like, a handful of likes. It's so
Well, there's
obvious.
people that have like 7,000 likes, but it still doesn't convert to like their podcasts getting like thousands of like listeners each episode.
Mhm.
That's a lot. A couple thousand each episode. That's a lot of listeners. Like if we hit that point, like we'll probably get people like, "Hey, can we advertise stuff with you?" I think with episode 1 we bitched about like better health, so I don't think they're gonna come over.
I think we burned that bridge, didn't we?
You burned that bridge with the better health. It was like well, looks like we're not getting that anymore.
Yeah,
That better health money. Man, they've been advertising on everybody, so it's like they must have a lot of money.
what's your podcast about? Oh, we just talk shit about our parents. Like, what?
Yeah,
Wait,
we're building a case against our parents, but don't worry, we build a good case.
it's called Doormat Kid.
And we should just like name it that. We
You
should be
just
like,
name it
we're doormat kids.
Doormat
Uh,
Kids? Should we name it?
we're doormat kids. Or at least that's what we post on, like, TikTok. We're doormat kids. We're getting our parents, like, stepping on us. Yeah, parents keep stepping on us, and you know what? I can't believe they're stepping on us, and they're fans of this, like, doormat mom who looks like a frickin' prune. Pruny McPrunerson. Oh my gosh, she just says her kids are terrible. Oh my gosh, her kids. Oh, their kids keep walking over me. I can't believe she got married when I released my book. Oh wait, wait. It was the other way around. That's not true. Can we just leave? We should just like have like we should just leave this in like a special episode, just like random stuff. I wish you could do that because like no people that have Patreons, they leave like this stuff in for the fans. Like this is like backstage stuff. We just talk random
Mhm.
crap. It's like, oh man, I can't believe Pruny McPrunerson, and then that other lady that looks like Jamie Lee Curtis is like, man, my hair is way too short. I look like Jamie Lee Curtis.
My
Oh
god.
man, she looks like Jamie Lee Curtis. I was like, oh yeah, it's like Freaky Friday, but it was like Freaky Friday gone wrong. I'm like, I'm a terrible parent, but I can't let people say no. I sit in front of a piano
No.
looking at my daughter's pictures. Oh, what could have been? She was so sweet before. I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened. Oh, she got caught in a lie?
Oh, what kind
Dating?
of lie?
Well, she said that she had texted her daughter, I think it was on her birthday or something, saying, "I texted her and I said, 'Happy birthday.'" But but when she showed it on the phone, like, I guess the camera was on the phone, the date was off. Like, it was a different year that she said it was happening. There's a whole thing about it. I didn't look too closely, but I was like, "What?
What
No."
if you're influencer, you're like you're staging stuff, like everything's being staged, just like, oh
It's just
yeah.
so fake. Her acting is like, oh my god.
That's how we know she's not really Jamie Lee Curtis because she's a terrible actress.
I mean, yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis is a good actress. Yeah.
Yes, she is. She just you know what? I just don't like Jamie Lee Curtis because she was mean to me that one time. Like if I ever meet her again and she was sweet to me, my outlook on her will be like, oh, maybe she was just having a bad day or she just like hates shopping for shoes.
I saw her billboard the other day. I was driving and it was like the hardest thing I've ever done was beat addiction. I guess she was addicted to pills or something
Oh,
for
maybe
everything.
she was like drunk, maybe, and she was in there. Maybe she was on
Strung
pills or
out.
something like
She
that.
was like, yeah.
And you know what? She's actually, like she's in the advertisements for, like she supports, like, Children's Hospital of LA, who I donate to. I'm
Mhm.
like, "Ah, come on. I wanna donate money," but didn't you have her tell me to donate money? I was like, "No.
Did you stop eating Activia because of it?
No, I ate Activia. That stuff is good." I was like, "Yeah, they did it." I was like, "Oh, man, for real? Grumpy lady's pushing Activia on me, and then she's, like, telling me to watch Freaky Friday too, and then she's telling me to donate money to Children's Hospital." I was like, "Oh, man."
Right.
But she was mean to me that one time.
I know, right?
She was so mean to me.
Is that your British accent?
No, that was not my British accent, but
It sounded British.
I should start working on my British accent. We should just do the entire show in a British accent.
Yeah, next time. I know the people want it. They demand it.
They demand British accent and impressions. And what kind of
Yeah.
impressions do you want to do? Like just a bunch of impressions.
Yeah, well, I do a mean Victoria Beckham. It's like you're like, "Wow, it's killer."
Can you do it again? Like, is it about vegetables again?
Grilled grilled fish.
Can I have some grilled fish
'Cause it's the
and
fish and,
vegetables?
"Oh, I only eat good fish and vegetables, please. I know I'm in a Mexican restaurant, but everyone has to eat salads."
In her defense, she's still really pretty and she doesn't look like a prune.
And yeah, I mean, yeah, her body's great. I mean, there's a
Yeah.
reason for that, but
Oh yeah, her body's a temple, but it's just like,
okay,
that doesn't, please, if we should just be lucky enough to be sued by the Beckhams.
great.
Oh, we'll cut the episode. We'll do apology. Can we have an autograph?
If we do our apology in a British accent, I think it'll be more impactful, I think.
They're gonna be like that. It's like you could advertise with us if you want. And it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll pick your side, but people will people will be like,
"Are you
"Eh,
mocking my accent?" No, 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 it's out of respect, it's a term of
no, we're
endearment.
from York, New York. So it's
New York, but yeah, they're York.
no. This is actually how I think British people sound like. This is how I think British people sound like in my head.
In my head. Yeah, yeah, right. Don't gaslight
They
me,
they talk like this.
Don't gaslight me. You notice how they don't pronounce the T's? Like, Harry Potter, peanut butter.
I like just like that sometimes they just say hospital. I have
Hospital.
to go to hospital,
I have to go to
not the hospital,
hospital.
hospital.
I go to uni. I go to the uni.
Yeah,
Is it fizzy drink for soda? It's I like it though. I think we should adopt that fizzy drink.
fizzy drink.
It's okay. I do like British people. I don't like I just hate their food.
Yeah, I heard their food is terrible. That's why they love curry so much 'cause oh, look, flavor.
Oh yeah, we did a whole episode where we're like talking for 20 minutes about Indian food,
Indian food, it's like, "Oh, yeah, it's great." That's why British people love Indian food because it has flavor.
right? They conquered the world for spices, didn't bother to use any of them. That's like
Well, now we're gonna have, like, a bunch of people in the freaking UK hate us. Well, the Irish are probably gonna like us because they don't like the British. I saw this online, and apparently Irish Chinese food looks terrible.
what? No, that's not a thing, is it? What?
Yeah, they put rice, and then they put, like, steak fries on top of it, and then they put gravy, and it's supposed to be Chinese food.
Poutine with the gravy with the french fries, right?
Yeah, but how's that Chinese food?
It's Chinese, Canadian, Irish. I don't know.
They said it was like Chinese. I was like, "No." That, sir, is that's a KFC put potatoes with gravy. I'm like, and a bunch of cheese. I'm like, okay, that's KFC.
No, that's right, but those are the potato wedges.
Yeah, they put it in there. I was like, they put a bunch of gravy on there. I was like, that's not Chinese food. It was like, yes, it is.
It's not even like Americanized Chinese food like in the
I
States.
don't know where they got it from. Like someone woke like a Chinese guy that lives in Ireland and woke up one day. I was like, hey, I know the Irish are gonna like this gravy.
He's like, "I got this.
I'll
This
put
is."
some rice in it. If I put rice in it, they'll think it's Chinese.
Wait, what were we talking about? What was the topic?
British people are very mad at us. That's the topic.
Gordon Ramsay, so how would you think he'd rate Chinese, Irish, Canadian? It was Chinese poutine.
Yeah, I'll probably give it like a scream and a half. It's like, this
A
is
scream and a
terrible.
half.
Yeah.
He's flipping tables right now. You could hear him like,
He's flipping tables. He's telling people to go to hell.
"Fuck right off! Fuck it! What the fuck is this? Gravy?"
You know what's crazy? I saw him in one of those like Christmas movies, like those Hallmark movies. I think it was a Lifetime movie. He was a guest in there with Claire Forlani, who was like a pretty big actress back in the 90s. And like she was in that movie and she played like a reporter. And then the guy was like a mean British chef. And, she goes back to like Great Britain and stuff like that. The guy that's trying to open a restaurant, like the mean British guy, is friends with Gordon Ramsay, who doesn't make any sense, but he was just in there.
Uh, That's so random.
The main guy was mean, but then the lady ends up with him. And that's every freaking Hallmark movie.
He changes him.
He might be rough, but he has a heart of gold.
Oh, yeah. That's like a Beauty and the Beast or something, you know?
Yeah, he has a heart of
I can
gold. He
change
might be
him.
mean. He might call you a freaking cunt, but it's like
Yeah,
heart of gold.
yeah.
He's only mean because he's passionate. Ooh, can we use that? Like, your parent is only mean to you because they're passionate about your well-being.
Yeah, yeah.
They're only yelling at you because they love so much.
Yeah.
By the way, my dad invited me to like dinner, Chinese New Year dinner. And he's like, "Could you come by tomorrow?" I'm like, and that's how I answered it. That's
What were
exactly
you saying?
that's how I answered it. I'm like, I don't want to say no. I don't want to be an asshole, but
And what did he say?
he didn't say anything. Come by if you can, and that's all he said. That's how I answered. That's what I'm going to teach people is like, do you want to let your friends down easily? Just go, well, well.
Because it's not, yeah, right. It's not bad enough they have to see him once a week, twice.
I feel bad because it's like I really should see my mom more, but but he's there and I'm like, I could only get burned with a cigarette so many times.
Yeah.
I was like, I feel like my skin is melting. I feel like that guy that was in that freaking Indiana Jones movie where his skin melted.
I know it takes you like a whole day just to recover from that. It's so toxic. It's like Chernobyl. Like you can feel your clothes just like burning off of you. Just like fuck.
Exactly. Do you know what my previous therapist said? Like,
What?
she's like, it's good to have a decompressing time right after you see your dad. But then I told her, I was like, "But then I go somewhere and then I start spending money." And he's like, "Well, that's how you cope."
Well, yeah. Fuck. Mine is wine. That's how I decompress. I told you I'm not a drugs person, but I do like wine. I like tequila. Like, because everybody has their vices. Even people are like, "I don't drink." I'm like, "Yeah, but you ate a whole box of See's candy. I saw that." You know?
Yeah, I don't drink. I just drink a lot of, like, coffee or energy drinks, and I'm addicted to chocolates.
Fast food,
I don't believe in that stuff. I just do prescription medicine.
Diet Coke. Yeah, yeah.
I just do ginkgo biloba or the L-theanine or something like that. Yeah, the supplements. People do, yeah.
Okay, the anal leakage supplements for, like, to weight loss, basically.
Oh, that's the one that, it's because, like, the oil, like, you don't absorb oil, so it just comes out your butthole. Lisa, we gotta have to leave some of this stuff in. It's like, or like for
Okay,
something. It's just like
I'll
this is
edit this
freaking
out.
hilarious. Just like we're not even drunk, but I am on Adderall, and
Yeah.
Adderall just makes me more talkative, but that's about it. Lisa starts doing a British accent, and I'm just
You're in
calling.
awe. You're in awe.
I'm in awe, and I'm just like I can't get over that thing with freaking Jamie Lee Curtis. So mean to me. And then Pruning McPrunerson, that's what I'm gonna call her now.
Doormat mom.
Doormat mom, Pruning McPrunerson. Her face is like a prune, so wrinkly.
Oh, yeah. Look up Diane, the estranged parents.
Yeah,
That
I
is
did. I
like
did. I did. Remember, I said she looked like Jamie Lee Curtis.
yeah, 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 no, but, check out some of her videos, but it's so dramatic. She's like but the way she just I'm like, "I'm staring at a phone," and she does, like, this, like, fake sad face, like, "Oh, poor me."
Let me guess. She was in drama club, and then she really wanted to be an actress. So this
Yeah,
is her
this is
shot.
how she yeah. She's like, "My claim to fame is gonna be I'm an estranged mom."
She's not doormat. Is it mean that I call her a prude?
Yeah, a little.
Oh,
I
I'm
mean, does she
sorry.
deserve it? Yeah. But does it mean yeah.
It's that inside, it's like eating away at her. So there's you know, she's ugly on the inside, so it's spreading out in the outside, and you could see it.
Oh, yeah.
Like all the elasticity in her skin is like, I'm out. You're just too much for me. And it just disappeared
Oh,
into ether.
she's gonna sue us.
So gonna sue us.
You could tell she's the type who's very retaliatory, very vindictive. It's like, "I'm gonna retaliate against this little podcast because they said I look like a fucking prune." She's great.
But I thought we were in the landscape where we could just like say anything about anybody. Oh wait, we can't.
No, you can, but
We
you can't.
but it's just gonna end up like the South Park episode. Have you seen the South Park episode? I'm gonna sue you. You're
Oh,
getting sued.
the Scientology.
No, no, no. It's even the Trump thing. He's like, I'm gonna sue you. I'm gonna sue. It's just like Trump's picture, and he has like a little pencil dick. I'm like, we can't put this in there, but yeah, pencil dick. He has sex with like the devil, Satan.
Yo, right. I remember the one he also makes sweet love to JD Vance.
Yeah, he has sex with JD Vance.
And it's, like, really graphic too. When I'm watching it, I was like,
It's
"Oh
pretty
my
graphic.
god."
It's pretty graphic. I don't think people have told Trump that South Park made fun of him.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they shielded him from that. I don't think anybody on True Social is posting like South Park material.
Relax, God,
I'm gonna
relax.
sue you. I'm gonna sue you. Sue.
I saw this really awesome video, and it's her name's Julie Tice. She's I guess she has a master's in psychology, but she's really pretty, and she released this video on the dark psychology of Donald Trump. It was literally yesterday. You should check it out. How he became the way he became. Like, his father was this crazy narcissist, probably sociopath, and how Trump became the golden child. It's really, really good.
Yeah, I think they actually talked about that in like a documentary, or I think his niece mentions that Fred used to be the golden child.
Up until a certain point, right?
Yeah, because the dad didn't like the fact that he was like he was a very nice guy, so it's like he doesn't have the killer demeanor.
Mhm. Right. That's what, Julie Tice, she cites the book, Mary Trump's book. Yeah, she cites the book because and I never read the book because I figured, it's kind of removed, a lot of it is just I don't know, but then I didn't realize that she was firsthand basically, her dad drank himself to death, and he became a scapegoat because he was just too nice. Like you were saying, he's not psychopathic enough to be a CEO.
It's a crazy thing. Like
Okay.
Donald was like the afterthought. I felt like after a certain point.
But then eventually, his way of getting his dad's approval and love was by being just like his dad.
Fred Jr. was like a pilot. He wanted to be a pilot. I think he became a pilot. That's his ambition.
That's cool. I wanna fly a plane.
Not if you're Fred Sr., probably.
Yeah.
You're supposed to take over the real estate business.
I mean, I don't wanna get political because it's not a political podcast or anything, but this is just fact. This is how he came up. I mean, it's no secret that Trump's a narcissist, right? I can say that?
Yeah, I don't think that's like up for speculation at this point.
Yeah, it's really obvious.
Dude posted a video of the Obamas as apes and still doesn't say that he did something wrong. That's freaking.
Yeah. No remorse, no accountability. Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like if he said I'm sorry, like people would just be like, okay, because he's already like people just give him so much runway.
I mean, he is charismatic. I'll give him that.
He was way more charismatic before. Now it's just like old man yelling at cloud.
Yeah. I think that in the Epstein files, they talked about him, like, possibly having dementia.
Already?
This is back in 2019, I think. Let me look it up.
Because it happens in stages. Like some people are like saying that you could actually see dementia in the 40s and 50s. So,
Oh, you would know because of your mom's.
well, the thing is, I will only know because like I have to do like revisionist history at that point because if we caught it early, we didn't catch it early. It's too late.
Oh, guess what? Okay, yeah. I just found it. This is an article on People magazine. Jeffrey Epstein claimed Donald Trump's friends were, quote, concerned about dementia after a 2017 dinner emails show because he did not recognize old friends. Oh, boy. Who are you?
That's probably even worse now.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't get any better.
It's much worse now. Like he's literally repeating the same lines over and over, like the same catchphrases. It's the same ones. Election was stolen. We are winning so much.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
the same thing over and over. It's like it doesn't even like he could be talking about like something else and he's still bringing that up. That and like the other thing was like the wind farms. Like he hates the wind farms for some reason. They kill birds.
I mean, it does happen, but
Why is he so concerned about killing birds? I
yeah,
don't know.
he doesn't give a fuck about birds.
He doesn't give a shit about birds.
No. Unless it's a McChicken.
But yeah, but then it's like, oh yeah, you're killing the birds. So it's like oil spill kills a lot of birds. It's like I don't care.
Right?
Yeah, oil spill kills a lot of birds. Natural gas kills a lot of birds. So it's like, okay, so what's your point? They're like, oh yeah, they're so ugly. The wind farms, they're these things. I was like, well, so was the oil spill.
We
I think we're good.
think we're good? Okay. A lot will get cut out, but whatever. Thank you all so much for listening. We're very appreciative. You wanna say anything, Ken?
I don't even know. This is the end of the episode.
Yeah, this is the end of the episode, I think.
Oh, this is the end of the episode. Okay. Talk to you next time.
Yes. All right, Mr. Kenneth.
Okay. Bye, Lisa.
Bye, Ken. Bye,
Bye.
listeners.